Dear Black people, to those of you who have made a video asking white people, well, I'm Native, but my mom's white, so it kind of includes me, asking us if we want to be friends. My answer is no. No. Nobody has invited me to the barbecue. You must not want to be my friend. You know, I love everyone. Nope, I take that back. Rewind. The people that intentionally hurt other people, I do not like you. But good people, to be a good person's friend, I'd be honored. I'd be blessed. So, yes. I'll be waiting for my invite. So, I'm asking you, would you like to be my friend? I'm kind of funny. I'm not. I'm just mentally unstable, but not in a harmful way at all.
Yeah, welcome and welcome again to Willie Doki Stories. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And for my new subscribers, thank you. For everyone who is new here, feel free. And today we're going to talk about white people begging black people for forgiveness after realizing this about them. What did they realize? Something unexpected is happening across America, and it's forcing a serious natural conversation. More and more white Americans are publicly apologizing to black people, not just in passing but with emotion, reflection, and even tears. These aren't just casual apologies, they're coming after a very powerful realization that one shaking foundation of what many believed about black people in this country. For years now, black voices have been ignored, misunderstood, or even silenced. But now some white people are saying, we finally see it. We are very wrong. The question of today is, what did they finally realize? And let's watch what they finally realized and what made them apologize.
To all Black women of America, I want to express my heartfelt apology for the role that many white Americans, including white women, played in electing Donald Trump. I recognize the pain and frustration that this has caused in Black communities and the ways this outcome has undermined the rights, the safety, and the dignity of so many, especially Black women. I understand that Black women have long fought for justice and equity, not just for themselves, but for all marginalized communities. And your commitment to truth, resilience, and progress is truly inspiring. As a white person, I'm aware that part of my responsibility is to listen, learn, and actively challenge systems that harm and marginalize. And it's clear that actions speak louder than words. I'm still committed to doing the work necessary to help build a future where all voices are heard and respected. Thank you for your continued strength and leadership. I'm committed to being an ally and creating positive, lasting changes so that we can all live equally in this country. To all of the white women who let everyone else down, check back with me in 4 years. I'm sorry for your daughters. I'm sorry for your sisters that you made a choice to vote a convicted criminal into the presidency. You complain about crime committed by people who came to this country to seek a new life, but you weren't worried about putting a criminal in office again. You must be aware that he's about to use his power to save himself and to save every insurrectionist who was sentenced as a result of the insurrection. You are truly about to see what misuse of power looks like.
And as if you are a white woman and you are dating, in love with, married to a black man, I want you to listen up. There are certain things that you need to know. And I don't think this is spoke about enough. But the most dangerous thing in this world are the tears of a white woman. And if you truly love the black man that you are with, you need to know that you need to have his back and protect him at all costs, including protecting him from yourself. And what do I mean by that? My son was dating a white woman. My son is biracial. They got into an argument in public, and she started to scream and cry. And my son immediately left the scene. She was outraged. She couldn't believe my son left. My son left because my son knew that if he stayed there and this woman was crying and screaming at him, a black man, there was not going to be any questions asked. He was going to be thrown to the ground. He was going to go to jail. It was not going to be any questions asked because this white woman was crying and screaming about him. Now, I'm sure this female may have been hurt. Her feelings was hurt. She was a little emotional. However, when you are dating a black man and you're a white woman, you need to understand that sometimes your fucking feelings and your emotions have to take a fucking back seat to not cause harm to the person you are dating, that you love, that you are married to. And I'm not telling you that if you are truly in fucking danger, not to get help. But if you're just emotional, you're just pissed off, and you want to scream and hoop and holler, in public is not the time. Because that can turn out very deadly for the black man that you claim to love so much, whether you realize it or not. If you were just dating a white man and you were yelling, nobody would really pay any attention to that shit. But when people see a white woman and a black man and you're screaming, all hell will break loose. Because when white women cry, everybody responds. Even if the shit is stupid, even if it's frivolous, even if it's a lie. The most deadliest thing in this world are white women tears. I have said this time and time again. And I learned this very, very early in life. I grew up in the projects. I was raised by two wonderful black women that helped my mother raise me. So I know what I have witnessed, what I have experienced, and I know for a fact of what I speak. I learned very early in life that I could be a voice for my friends and my family because people would listen to me far more than they would listen to them. And if you listen to anything I have ever said to you on this app, If you are a white woman and you are dating a black man, you are in love with a black man, you are married to a black man, you need to know that you need to have his back and protect him at all costs, even if it is protecting him from you. Handle that shit at home if you are not in danger.
Yeah, welcome back again to Willie Doki Stories. And it's very evident that across social media, community forums, schools, and even workplaces, we have seen confession from white Americans who claim they didn't fully grasp the depth of black history, black resilience, and black pain. They now understand that black Americans haven't just survived America's racist part, but they have shaped the very culture and economy that built this nation. From music and fashion to politics, science, and business, black people have contributed massively, often without recognition or even reward. What's hitting many white people now is there is a realization that this country has benefited from black brilliance while continuing to suppress black lives. These apologies are not just about slavery or civil rights. They're about the everybody systems that continue to disadvantage black communities in housing, education, policing, and the job market. Some are even admitting that they were unknowingly complicit in those systems. The awakening for many comes with shame, guilt, and desperate to the forgiven. But here's the truth: forgiveness isn't just guaranteed, and it shouldn't be expected. Black people do not owe anyone peace of mind for finally catching up to the truth they've lived for generations. Some of these apologies may be sincere. Yeah, some of them may be sincere. But others are performative. But either way, they're a reflection of something deeper. The pressure of undeniable truth. Videos, books, movement, and live experiences have made it harder for white Americans to look away. Now they are looking directly at the reality black people have spoken for decades, and they are realizing that they had the power to act long ago, but they did not. It's very clear. They are now realizing that they had the time to apologize, but they didn't. Let's be real. Saying I'm sorry isn't enough. It never has been. Without action or just change, that we just call it noise. Because when you apologize, you must change. But accountability, that's a different story. If this new wave of reflection leads to a real change, changing laws, shifting attitudes, dismantling privilege, then maybe we're heading somewhere. But we also have to ask, is this too little? So now, I turn it over to you. What do you think? Are these apologies genuine, or are they just a trend to ease white guilt? Let's talk about it in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. If this sparked something in you, kindly you can share to other people so that they can get the spark too. Let's meet in the next episode.